Hey, what's up everyone, Bestinwest here, and today we're going to continue on with my GBL series. Pretty much haven't found anything wrong with this lineup. I don't win all of my battles, but in this set of 5, I end up winning all of them. So yeah, let's get into the battles. And for the first opponent that I'm going up against is Diego Stark 13, and we'll see how I do. So Diego Stark has an MMR of 3501, and yeah, he leads off with Charizard, and so I'm going to be resisting that Fire Blast, and I'm also going to be taking not very effective damage from that Dragon Claw. I'm sorry, I'm going to not take too much damage from that Dragon Claw, but it is neutral damage, so he's deciding to spam that. He switches into Blastoise, and I'm going to go ahead and switch into my Giratina. My Giratina is going to be dealing neutral damage to Blastoise with Shadow Claw, Dragon Claw, Shadow Claw, Dragon Claw, and my Ancient Power. But I'm just gonna go ahead and spam these Dragon Claws, most efficient damage I can do. But I am going to fish for this boost just in case I get it. He decides not to block it. Now, the main thing is I need to make sure I don't get hit with that Ice Beam. But I do anyways. Did a significant amount of damage. He switches into his Charizard. He probably doesn't want to get stuck in that Feraligatr matchup, but I go ahead and switch into my Feraligatr anyways and get this Hydro Cannon off on his Charizard. He ends up blocking that, and he's going to get Charge Move off right here. I'm going to go ahead and absorb it, whether it be Fire Blast or Dragon Claw. Not going to do a ton of damage. I'm going to be able to get to the second Hydro Cannon and knock out this Charizard. So he led with Charizard. I was able to catch him with my Feraligatr and knock out his Charizard. He brings Blastoise back out, but a couple Ice Fangs is enough to knock it out. Brings in Poliwrath, and this is where it's kind of a tough situation for me, but he has no more shields. I get this Hydro Cannon off, and still deals a decent chunk of damage to Poliwrath. I get my Giratina back out, get the Dragon Claw that I had built up. He's going to get Ice Punch before I get to the second Dragon Claw, unfortunately. But I'm just going to let this faint because, oh no, I end up shielding it. He gets another Ice Punch off, but that's fine. He burned all his energy. I wanted to make sure that Snorlax had a chance to get to that Body Slam so that Poliwrath does not get to 2 Dynamic Punches. He's going to get to at least 1 Dynamic Punch right here, but I'm going to be able to get to Body Slam before he gets to a second Dynamic Punch. So that's going to knock out his Poliwrath, and that's very GG in the first game of this set. Alright, moving along, second battle is against Domiko. And again, I'm leading off with Feraligatr. He leads off with Melmetal. So Melmetal, I'm not going to be dealing very much damage to Melmetal, but I can still come out with a decent situation, right? You'll see what happens. He uses Rock Slide, decide not to shield this. So what I'm going to do is shield one of his charge moves, and I'm hoping he ends up shielding one or none of my charge moves, right? So he's going to get another charge move off. I'm going to shield this. If he doesn't shield my next one, he is going to faint, but if he does shield it, then that's totally fine as well. He's going to have to knock me out with another charge move. At least I think he will. So I get that. I do get a shield. He gets another charge move off, and this Rock Slide is going to knock me out. What I'm going to do is bring in my Giratina, and I'm going to try to farm down this Melmetal with Shadow Claws. So if I'm able to farm down this Melmetal with Shadow Claws, that's going to be definitely a positive for me going into the next Pokemon, which I am. So I sacrificed some health to get a ton of energy. So he brings in his own Giratina, and I have a lot of energy stored up. I get back-to-back Dragon Claws right here, and he opted not to shield the first one, opted not to shield the second one, and because I farmed so much on that Melmetal, I'm able to get a third Dragon Claw off before he's able to get one. So now he's very low on health. He's going to get a Dragon Claw off right here, and I'm not going to shield, and I'm going to be able to farm him down. So even though I was down a decent chunk of health, I was able to just knock him out. He brings in his Swampert, and it looks like he's trying to farm me down, but he's not gonna farm me down without having to burn a shield or take half his health in damage. But he does end up pulling the trigger on the Hydro Cannon and knocking out my Giratina. I bring in Snorlax. Now it's one shield each. He's gonna have to hit an Earthquake and a Hydro Cannon. Able to get the first body slam off. All I need to do is get like 2 body slams, right? One to burn the shield. It looks like there's a little bit of lag, but he ends up just quitting because he already knew what was gonna come. Next battle is Paul from Lick, or LIC. Feraligatr versus Articuno. This is actually a pretty good situation for me as long as I don't get hit by an ancient power, I think. So he ends up switching into Swampert, which is not a bad matchup for me still, so I end up staying in, but I know I have a better matchup against Articuno. So I bring in my Giratina. He's gonna get a charge move off, not gonna block it. It is an Earthquake, but that's totally fine. I can absorb at least 1 Earthquake. I get my Dragon Claws off, and I'm just gonna try to start spamming Dragon Claws. I do miss a little bit, but I'm able to farm down. So missing it maybe allowed me to get some energy. He's probably gonna bring Articuno back out. I'm gonna go ahead and go for this ancient power. So if he doesn't shield this, which he does, it would have like dealt significant amount of damage. He's gonna get a charge move off right here. It's probably gonna be Icy Wind, and I don't want a powered down Giratina anyways, so I let that go. He's down a shield, and back comes my Feraligatr. I think it's an Icy Wind, and I guessed correctly. It's gonna lower my attack, but he's gonna switch into Giratina, and I switch instantly into Snorlax. So this is a positive matchup. I have a shield advantage. I have Feraligatr with energy built up in the back for his Articuno. So he's gonna get another ancient power off, and I'm just building up to that Earthquake, and I'm gonna try to bait a shield right here with Body Slam. And I'm able to get it because it would have dealt significant amount of damage to that Giratina otherwise. And he probably wants to keep on trying to get that ancient power boost, and luckily for me, he does not get it. I'm able to get this Earthquake off unshielded, so it's going to deal a ton of damage to Giratina, and I'm probably going to be able to lick him down. Yes, he brings out Articuno. I'm able to get this Body Slam off, deal a decent chunk of damage. Now I also have 2 shields, so I have 1 shield, so I'm in great situation. He's gonna get a charge move off right here. It's gonna be Icy Wind, pretty much knock me out, get close to knocking me out. I switch into Feraligatr, Hydro Cannon, and that's going to be GG for this second battle. So as you see, against Articuno, Feraligatr is a beast. As long as you can call those Icy Winds, which the majority of the time you kind of know when Icy Winds are coming because of the energy, right? So here again, we face off against Melmetal, so I'm gonna pretty much do the same thing, right? I'm gonna either block 1, take 1. I'm only gonna use 1 shield on Feraligatr unless he switches, right? Get this Hydro Cannon off. If he doesn't block it, it's going to deal a decent chunk of damage, but he does block it. So now I'm going to absorb the next charge move. I'm going to let this one go. And I am going to continue to go. This one, I think I let this one, no, I need to block it. So I double shield my Feraligatr to get off this Hydro Cannon. If he doesn't block it, it's going to pretty much knock him out, but this time I switch into my Giratina. He switches into Swampert, so I think that was a misplay because Giratina has a positive matchup against Swampert, but Swampert is going to hit me pretty hard with those Earthquakes, so that's understandable. Get off a second Dragon Claw, and he's going to get off the Earthquake right here. I'm pretty sure it's an Earthquake. I have no shields. There's no reason to not use Earthquake. Now we're just pretty much racing to the next charge move. I'm able to get a Dragon Claw off, and this is going to get him pretty close to, yeah. So he wants to make sure he knocks out my Giratina, so he's going to get to another charge move. Earthquake, knock out my Giratina for sure. I bring out my Feraligatr, and I should be able to knock him out with my fast move. If not, he's going to have to burn all his energy again. I go ahead and switch into my Snorlax as soon as he switched into his Melmetal. Now I'm able to lick him down, I believe. Yes. So now I have a ton of energy, or not a ton of energy, but I have a decent amount of energy going into his Pokemon. So it's either going to be, so his last Pokemon is Giratina, no shields, and I'm able to get this Earthquake unblocked. Deals a decent chunk of damage. Giratina is just kind of a tank, so Giratina gets off its first charge move. He's going straight Dragon Claw. So I'm going for this second Earthquake because the Earthquake will knock out this Giratina. I go ahead and switch into my Feraligatr to deal some extra damage. I'm able to get to the Hydro Cannon. So this is just bonus damage for me right now, and luckily it hits and I'm able to Ice Fang him down. So the Ice Fang on Feraligatr is clutch, right? He still has Swampert left. He's gonna knock out my Feraligatr with one Mud Shot, and I'm able to get this Body Slam on Swampert. So GG. Man, these are close. I'm telling you, like, this lineup is consistently good, but the battles are also consistently very, very close. So if you don't know how to play this line, then you can end up in a bad situation. So Venusaur versus Feraligatr. You would think this is a terrible matchup for Feraligatr, but that Ice Fang is dealing a decent chunk of damage. And that Vine Whip's dealing super effective damage, but not as hard as my Ice Fang is. So I block that first one, charge up to an Ice Beam, and let go of this Hydro Cannon. So I could go straight for Ice Beam, but Hydro Cannon, I'm pretty sure Venusaur is going to block the first one at least, just because he wants to get to a second Frenzy Plant to at least burn a shield. So that's probably the right move. He switches into Steelix. So Hydro Cannon is going to deal super effective damage to Steelix as well. And my Ice Fang is going to deal neutral damage to Steelix. So that's kind of an interesting choice. He's going to get a charge move right here. I have no shields left. So he actually has Heavy Slam on it too. So Heavy Slam is not going to deal very much damage to me. Probably for those fairies that Steelix is. But he's going to block that Hydro Cannon, and he's going to farm me down after taking a few more Ice Fangs. I bring out my Giratina, and at this point I'm pretty sure he has Earthquake and Heavy Slam, right? This Earthquake deals a ton of damage, but it's okay. He brings out Venusaur. I'm gonna go ahead and get my Dragon Claw off because I don't want him to get a charge move off. So knock out that Venusaur instantly. He brings out his Steelix, so now I'm just gonna farm down this Steelix. So luckily for me, I was able to do that. Brings out Charizard, Ancient Power this Charizard, and it's going to deal double super effective damage. He has a little bit of health left, and I farmed up enough energy to get a Dragon Claw off too. So this Dragon Claw is going to knock out Charizard, and that'll do it. GG. Alright, so I think that's it for this set. I wonder, was that 5 battles? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And as you saw in this video, that this set, these 3 Pokemon together in the group, I think it covers Melmetal, Venusaur, and even if it doesn't, Feraligatr does not beat that lead Pokemon straight up. It sets up the back of your team for energy advantage so that you can win whatever else does come up. Now, a Pokemon that I have been getting trouble with is Poliwrath. So Poliwrath does really well against pretty much all of these Pokemon, right? So Poliwrath will deal super effective damage with Ice to my Giratina. It will deal super effective damage with Dynamic Punch to my Snorlax, and also it will resist both water and ice moves from my Feraligatr. So that's actually one of the Pokemon that's really tricky to work around, but I was able to work around it a few times. But again, it does give me problems, and it does depend on his or her other two Pokemon. So if you haven't tried it yet, I highly suggest you try out this line. If you're having trouble countering their leads and not knowing what type of Pokemon their leads are going to be, if you are confident in your play skill, then yeah, go ahead and try out this Feraligatr, Altered Giratina, and Snorlax combination. But that'll do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoy it, and if you did, make sure you hit that thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please make sure you subscribe to keep up to date with any new content that I may come out with. So that'll about do it. Till next time, guys, this is Bestinwest. I'll catch you guys later.